Councillor Garson, do you wish to propose those en bloc?
Yes, thank you, Chairman. I would move the minutes of that committee.
Do we all agree to resolve those minutes?
Yes.
Do we know those minutes? Okay, minutes noted, thank you very much.
But Chairman, I know I'm insignificant in the scheme of things, but I've got my hand up and you've now resolved something and I didn't have a chance to ask a question I want to ask.
We've noted the minutes, Councillor, that be resolved at committee as well.
No, that's not the point. That's not what I wanted to ask. You don't even bother to find out.
Rude. Very rude.
Chairman,
Chairman,
I don't
not
want
only the rest of the council, but
Mr.
it's
Chairman,
content.
I'm trying to speak. Mr. Chairman, I'm happy, if you are, as Chairman, I'm happy to take the question before the Council for own.
If I need to say that's fine.
Thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. Right, I wanted to ask about the meeting of the planning and licensing on the 24th of October. There was an application there for 28 Broadway for a licence. This is what is going to be called Prologue Bookshop. Okay, the licensing hours that they requested were 9 AM to 9 PM, so not a late licence. The committee objected to the application on the following grounds. Live music would increase the noise disturbance to surrounding residents as the property backs onto residential properties. Are you not aware that a licence, if granted, is not required to stay, there's no licence required for live music or recorded music if it's a licensed premises? So if they get their licence, they can do that without anything that you might say. The second is the licensing between 8 AM and 11 PM on a licensed premises, there is no licence for music. The second objection was, as the supply of alcohol runs from morning to evening, the age range of customers will vary. This does not protect children from harm, as they will be witnessing consumption of alcohol. Are the committee not aware that there are no stores in the vicinity of this site? There's a Tesco's and a Co-op, both within a few yards, that sell alcohol. The Broadway pub less than 100 yards away, not to mention any number of eating establishments where children are involved, with far longer hours, and children are exposed to alcohol. I'm sure that this council would want to judge each application on its merits, and in the interest of fairness for everybody. No objections were received by the committee as far as I was aware. None of the relevant authorities, which is the police, the licensing authority, etc., have any objection to this. A hearing has been set for this Friday. Because there's objection, there has to be a hearing. At this council, it's been the practice that if the council objects to an application, the town clerk attends. Now, obviously, that isn't going to happen. So if the town clerk doesn't attend, it's been practice that the chairman of the committee attends to put the town council's case. So can Councillor Garston tell me, will he be attending the meeting on Friday to put the council's case? And if not, does that mean that there really is no objection to this and they really ought to withdraw the objection that they submitted and let the application go forward in the normal way?
Yeah, thank you for that. So, as I recall, it sort of reminded me of this. We actually wanted our concerns to go back to the City Council to take forward when this was read at committee, and actually not objection. Whether that's actually recorded in there.
Well, if you submit something, it's classed as an objection, so they have to have a hearing. I mean, I think the hearing's going ahead anyway. But my point really is, if we, I think the objections are not stand up, they don't stand up. And secondly, if we put an objection, we have to back it up. You know, you have to go, and as I say, it's normally the town clerk, you have to go and say why, because otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, as I say, how I recall it was the sort of the concerns to go back to committee. But your advice here, Carol, that has been helpful, and I'll have a discussion.
Well, I think you ought to, if nobody's going to turn up, which seems the case, then you ought to actually say to the City Council, you're not going to pursue what they have taken to be an objection, because that's obviously the way it was worded at the committee.
Yeah, thank you for raising it. Yeah, no,